Hey there guys, I'm here today with attorney Michael Cindrich, who has very graciously offered his time to help out us young people, or young or uneducated people when it comes to the topic of DUIs. And I know the general awareness out there on this whole subject is probably pretty low. So thank you, Mike, for volunteering your time.
Absolutely, happy to be here.
And let's just jump right into it. Today I specifically have some questions about what should we do when we're preparing for court. Let's say we've already been charged with a DUI. What can we do to make sure that we will have success dealing with it?
Well, first thing you want to do obviously is hire me. But besides that, in preparing after an arrest, after a DUI arrest, what you want to do, the first thing you want to do is contact the DMV. You're supposed to receive a notice after a DUI that you have 10 days from the date of arrest to contact the Department of Motor Vehicles to schedule an administrative per se hearing. This is a hearing to determine whether or not the DMV is going to suspend your driver's license. You only have 10 days from the date of your arrest to schedule a DMV APS hearing. If you don't schedule that, you automatically lose your driver's license. Your license will automatically be suspended. So it's a good idea within the first few days after an arrest to contact an attorney and have an attorney handle that hearing for you and schedule it, or schedule it yourself. What you can do is you can schedule it on your own, and then when you hire an attorney, your attorney can contact the DMV and let them know that they've been retained on the case, and that any further communication should be directed straight to your attorney. So that's the first thing you want to do, is handle the DM fee aspect of it. The other part of the case, obviously, is the criminal side of it. In preparing for court, what you want to do is you want to talk to attorneys. And you want to talk to attorneys that are experienced with DUIs. These cases are extremely scientific, extremely technical. If you have an attorney that doesn't know the science or the technical aspects of these cases, then you're really going to be at a disadvantage as far as trying to get a good deal or beating the case. So that's something you really want to find an attorney that knows how to handle DUI cases.
Awesome. And like you said, the first step really for you San Diegans really is to talk to this guy. But anyone out there outside the sphere of San Diego should definitely seek out other experienced legal representatives with track records of success.
Exactly. So it's a good idea to make sure that whoever you hire, they do have a track record of success, that they're experienced with DUI cases. Again, they know how to fight and argue these cases. Feel free to refer anyone, have anyone call me. I'm happy to help out.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for taking the time.
Absolutely.
We definitely appreciate it.
All right, I think we should splice it now, like some of the you don't have to get too into the science or into the technicalities of it, but I think that just briefly touching on them would be helpful, so people know why this I feel like just giving them some examples.
So if you start with, for example, we can put this right in.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Whatever that would be.
Yeah.
For example, with the science and the technical aspects of a DUI, they have to prove that your blood alcohol was above a 0.08 at the time of driving. You may not have your blood test taken until hours after the driving. There's a certain type of science that needs to be used to retrograde extrapolate your blood alcohol level so that you can determine what it was at the time of driving. You may have a rising blood alcohol, meaning at the time of driving, you may have been below a 0.08, but by the time you were taken to the station and processed and finally given the blood test, at that point, the alcohol fully absorbed in your system and you're above a 0.08. That's something we call a rising defense. You may have as far as the prosecutor is concerned, they may be looking at saying that your blood alcohol level was decreasing. They may say, okay, even though your blood alcohol level was only a 0.07, they believe that it was above that at the time of driving. And basically what they're going to use, what they would use is a breathalyzer, a preliminary alcohol screening test. And if that's significantly higher, then they'll say, okay, well at the time of driving, you were above a 0.08, even though at the time of the test you were only a 0.07. So again, there's a lot of scientific aspects of these DUI cases that your attorney will need to be familiar with in order to give you a good chance at fighting and beating this case.